Planting a pollinator garden with art and volunteers is what Maisie and I like doing best. At least it's one of the things we like doing best. You probably know there is a crisis of nature happening, mainly due to chemicals and pollution and other techniques in modern farming. We are losing our insects fast. This is very dangerous for our children and future because insects do so much for us. Humans cannot survive without them, and nor can birds and other animals and many plants. Nobody knows everything insects do for us, but we do know that without them, we wouldn't have most of our food because so many vegetables and fruits need pollination and pest predators. Plus, without insects, especially flies, there would be a very big mess everywhere as they clean up and recycle everything nasty and keep our water clean. It is now very hard for insects to survive in much of the UK countryside. Maisie and I love to help the insect refugees to live in the city, and Maisie is a genius gardener. This means planting lovely plants, lots of delicious herbs, mint, oregano, and thyme, and sweet-smelling lavender, and fruit trees which the bumblebees love as much as us. We plant the flowers, pulmonaria and crocuses, ivy, etc., that feed insects right through the season. It is especially important that they can find nectar in the cold early spring and late autumn. We look after them in these low nectar months. Then they are alive and well later in the season to help give your fruit and vegetables in local gardens and the allotment behind the library good yields. We will bring a display of information that will make sure all library visitors get a chance to learn about insects and which plants are best for this. We will also bring some books for the library to add to the gardening section for people who become more interested. We would like to organise some talks by local experts in the library. When we look after our vital little helpers, the city becomes a Noah's Ark. In the future, the countryside gets fixed and the insects move back to the countryside, and we'll have lots of bees and butterflies in the countryside as well as the town. That's the plan, and we believe it is possible. So the first reason we love this project is that we will be doing very important and useful work to help fix this world for our children and grandchildren. When other people help, we are doing more, and as the idea catches on, we can end up with a new world of fantastic cities full of trees, flowers, birds, and hedgehogs. This urban conservation includes fixing carbon and helping beat the planetary overheating from fossil fuels. Being part of this makes us too busy for worrying and able to look our kids in the eye and say we're doing our best for their future. Doing a bit of gardening is especially good for people who live in cities. Getting outside and looking, touching, smelling and tasting nature in the city puts your head in a good space, lowers stress and reduces the risk of depression. When you help insects, you are helping everyone and all the other creatures that live on our planet. Most kids love insects, but if you prefer birds or hedgehogs, then one of the best things you can do is still help insects, because without insect pollination, there's no fruit for birds, and many birds and hedgehogs actually eat insects. Swifts eat nothing else. Maisie and I and our friends have planted pollinator gardens. We have created many small ones in around 15 towns in the UK and Scotland. Everywhere we do this, we make it a part of a celebration with theatre and music and huge insects, fun and games and discussions. Our mission and our approach, combining science, art, games and action, has even had an article in Barcelona-based Atlas of the Future. We want everyone to learn all the things insects do for us and to have an opportunity to give something back in thanks. We love it when someone plants a flower for the first time. When we saw that Newcastle Council were creating this opportunity, we were very excited, not just because we hope to get this job, but also because it shows the idea spreading. Our city already has great parks and leafy lanes and boulevards and a lot of buddleia and nettles for butterflies. Yes, I said nettles. They feed the baby butterflies of some of our prettiest species. So we're off to a flying start to win the challenge to make Newcastle the best nature city. In June last year in Summerhill Pavilion and Gardens and Newcastle West End, we created the ABC 22 Art and Biodiversity celebration with all kinds of events and participation related to insects, flowers, trees, art, and charities like Bug Life, Urban Green, Natural History Society of Northumbria helped with this. We have planted several more pollinator zones in Summerhill Park and a small pollinator garden at the back of the Great North Hancock Museum. That's it for Newcastle so far, but we are raring to do more. Next year, we would like to spread the festival and planting fun across the city. Let's hope we can do it together.